best feelings about being at the beach is the soft sand between your toes, the hot sun beating down, the tan lines from your swimsuit, and the mist from the cool ocean on your skin. It's paradise. I've only been to the ocean twice in my life, and every time I've gone there, it's been one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen. It is our job to make sure that the ocean stays clean and comfortable for the lives that live in it and for the ones who have not seen it yet. One way we can do that is by preventing oil spills from entering the seas and oceans. First, we will talk about how oil spills occur in seas and oceans. Second, we will talk about how it harms the wildlife. And third, how we can prevent oil spills from happening. There are many ways that oil can enter into seas and oceans. According to waterencyclopedia.com, approximately 706 million gallons of waste oil can enter the ocean every year. Much of this comes from land drainage and waste disposal. Some ways that oil enters the ocean is through accidental spills and leaks, careless habits in the use of oil products, and offshore drilling and production operations. I do understand that some people can't help it when the oil spill was an accident or there was a leak, but being careless about using oil products should not happen. If we can break these habits of carelessness, we can make the oceans more suitable for wildlife. When oil is being produced from offshore wells, spills are likely to occur. They are transported offshore by flow line, underwater pipeline, or tanker. They are 2.1% of the offshore drilling operations contribute to the 706 million gallons of waste oil every year, and another 5.2% due to the transportation accidents. There are more types of offshore production waste, including deck runoff water, leaking storage tanks, flow line and pipeline leaks, and wells themselves. Other oils that ships and tankers may be carrying include crude oil, fuel oil, and heating oil. These may also have a heavy impact on polluting the oceans and seas. Water Encyclopedia also mentions that over half the ocean's waste oil comes from land-based sources and from unregulated recreational boating. This can be dangerous to the marine wildlife. The marine wildlife is part of what makes the ocean so beautiful. So what exactly happens when the oil enters the water? Waves, water currents, and wind force the oil to drift all over, impacting the water, coastal areas, and marine habitats. Sometimes a small percentage of oil may dissolve in water, but it mostly forms a thick mousse with the water. Parts of the oil may sink, and eventually the oil waste deteriorates by photolysis and biodegradation. When rocks and boulders are covered with the sticky residue, it can be toxic to coastal wildlife. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, oil destroys the insulating ability of fur-bearing mammals such as sea otters, and it also damages the water repellency of birds' feathers. Without the ability to repel water and insulate from the cold water, mammals will die of hypothermia. It may not affect fish right away, but when it does, it can reduce their growth, enlarge their liver, or cause fin erosion. And if fish are cut off of the food chain, that means that there may be no more food for the mammals. Coastal areas are usually crawling with tourists and people who love to go fishing, boating, snorkeling, scuba diving, and swimming. Oil waste can have a negative impact on human activities and can drive away business to housing businesses, tourist shops, and future investments. WaterEncyclopedia.com states that the largest accidental oil spill on record was in the Persian Gulf in 1991. 240 million gallons of oil was spilled into the ocean near Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, when several tankers, port facilities, and storage tanks were destroyed during war operations. Now, what can we do to help prevent oil spills? One way is by airborne surveillance to make sure that the ship is not making illegal discharges and reduce marine pollution from shipping. Another way is by inspections. Inspecting ships, especially that are really old, is very important, making sure that there is no corrosion or any wear and tear. All in all, it's the ship's crew's responsibility to make sure that everything is ready to go. In order for that, a high level of experience is recommended. There really is no better place than sitting on a beach and seeing a clean ocean and healthy wildlife. I do understand that there is no way to control every single oil spill, but finding ways to prevent them can make everyone a lot more happy.